Calendars used to be called iCal, now it's just calendars, so depending on the operating system you have, you'll have one of these two. It looks like this. Down on the dock I have it here, and it's got today's date on it. If you don't have it on the dock, check out the earlier lesson on how to add an icon to the dock. I'm going to click on that now, and I'm going to open up Calendar. Now first thing, whenever I go into an application, I want to set up the environment. I want to set it up so that I can use it properly. And so the first thing I usually do with a new application like this, after playing around with it a little, is to go into the preferences. Now for most applications we have to go up to the name of the application in the left. And remember, it's only there if we've clicked on the application. So I go to Calendar and I go down to Preferences. And here's the shortcut, Cmd Comma. Look down at your keyboard and you'll see the Command key is to the left and the right of the spacebar. Now the comma is just above the one on the right, so if you hold down Command and tap the comma, it brings up your calendar preferences. So let's have a look at what we've got here. The days per week. How many days in your week? Are you using this for work or for personal? If you're using it for personal, leave it on 7, because maybe you want to schedule things in for the weekend. If it's just for work, leave it on 5, as you wish. Starting the week, what day is your start of the week happen on for you? Scroll in week view. This one's pretty cool. This one, if I put it on day, and then I go up to this little area just next to today, over on the right, and I press this scroll, it scrolls day by day by day. If I go and change this to week, it'll scroll week by week by week. And the best one for me is the last one, week and stop on today. Older versions of iCal don't, or Calendar don't have this. So if you don't have it, maybe it's time to upgrade. If you do have it, this is the one I would recommend. It means that as I scroll through on the top right here, I can see the different weeks and they all start on Monday. When I come back to this week, it'll just bring it back to the day I'm presently on. So that's really helpful because it means that from today I can always see 7 days in the future. Down here, the day starts at and the day ends at. This is, you can see above 9 AM here where I have 9 AM, it's slightly grayer. And the day ends at, I've put at 6 PM, so it's grayer below there. For me, this is my working day, 9 AM till 6 PM, and so it's just a visual reminder of when I want to put appointments in and get work in. How many hours at a time do I want to see on my calendar? If I put this on 24 hours, I can see all 24 hours, but I'm asleep for most of that, so I don't need to see all of that. I'm going to put it onto 17 and scroll down with this scroll bar here. So now I can't see the time that I'm asleep. I don't need to schedule appointments for that. The last thing I want to show you on the general settings here is the Show Birthdays Calendar. This one's really cool. If I have this clicked, anyone whose birthday I've put into my contacts or address book will show up in my calendar on the appropriate date. So here you can see this week is my mum's birthday. I've put her date of birth into her contact card and it automatically brings it in and shows me that her birthday is coming up. This one's really helpful if you're not so good at remembering birthdays and you want to get better, like me. Okay, the second tab here is Accounts. Under Accounts, we can bring in new calendar accounts. Now in one of the earlier lessons we set up Gmail or Hotmail with your calendar. So if you use a calendar on one of these services, you can find it here probably if you've set it up on Mail, Contacts and Calendars. So here's my Gmail account. I've enabled this account and I've got it to refresh my calendars every 15 minutes. That means if I've updated something on another device or online, it will update this one every 15 minutes. You can put it every minute if you want. 15 minutes is fine for me. Under the Advanced tab, there's some various settings here. The one that I quite like is showing week numbers. How many weeks through the year are we? And you can see on the Mondays, there's the number 7, as I go to the next week, the number 8. So I quite like that one. I like to know how many weeks through the year we are. The other ones we're not going to be going through right now really, they're not so important. The last one is the alerts. For the alerts, we can change the default alerts when we create an event. This means that if I put something into my calendar, it'll remind me that that thing is coming up. So for my Gmail account that I've set up, you might not have this one. I can go through and for when I create events, do I want it to do something like tell me 30 minutes before the event or a day? For birthdays, I might want it to remind me 2 days before the birthday on these birthdays that we looked at before. If I go to today over here and come over to today, and I can see my mum's birthday, that means that tomorrow morning it's going to remind me that my mum's birthday is in 2 days, giving me enough time to get onto Amazon and buy her a present. So that one's quite a helpful one.